Akita here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel. I didn't expect it to be this early, but v67 PTC, so the public test channel, is already live when many people didn't receive update v66 just yet. And the reality is that this is not even an hyperbole, this might be the biggest update so far, with Meta going full Vision Pro over here. Because yes, with this update you're finally gonna be able to undock your windows completely and have it floating around your environment. But of course, there's more too. So well, let's discover it together in this video. Let's get into it. Alright, here we are. So update v67 on the PTC, so the public test channel, will be available from today. Of course, some people are gonna get it a bit later because Meta has this weird rollout for the updates, but let's remember that this is a beta channel, so some things might not work all the time, and if you can't really wait, you can actually decide to join the PTC directly from the mobile app in the settings. Just be aware though that if you get out of the PTC, then you're gonna have to factory reset completely your quest. But hey, let's get to the most important part of the update and what to expect from it, and there's the new Windows layout. You're gonna be able to find it in the experimental features. I actually had to restart the system once again because it didn't appear right away, so be aware of it if it's not there yet after the update. Enabling it, you're gonna have to restart once again, but hey, everything will change for the better. But let me show you this update from in here directly because there's a lot to talk about. Alright, and here we are in the experimental features with new Windows layout enabled, and as you can see, we're gonna have just the tablet mode available from now on, because the other one where the windows were all further away and much bigger will be completely disabled. So be aware of it. It's not really a problem, and we're gonna see why, but this is the situation. What you notice also is that opening new windows, as you can see, they're gonna be curved in your direction, so everything will be easier to use a bit instead of having that flat mode that we had before. We can of course move it around as we want, as always, but the most important thing is that, and I have it one already, you can have Windows completely undocked from the rest, like the browser over here. As you can see, I can move the docking mode, and well, that one will stay in position all the time. So imagine you're watching a video or something like that, that is gonna stay there, and you can keep doing what you're doing in front of you all the time. Of course, you can make it closer away or further away, like always, and when it goes further away, everything will get bigger, so that's why the not tablet mode that we had before is not really an issue, as you can see. I wish there was a bit more freedom on how to have it, like to have it just in the same size all the time, but there's not the case. And another thing is that everything will start to stay as flat as possible, as straight up as possible. You can't really, you see, change the orientation much. You can force it a bit, like leaning into it, to have like a tablet mode like that. But yeah, you can tell that it's not meant to do that. So how do you undock the windows? Well, it's super easy. You just grab them from everywhere around and bring it outside the three designed places of the dock, and then we'll just leave in a different mode, as you can see, related to the dock but completely independent from it. And that's super cool. You can have up to 3 docked windows and 3 undocked windows. As you can see, if I try to create a new one, undock a new one, is not gonna let me. But yeah, as you can see, you can go a bit nuts with it. Put different videos, settings, or maybe, you know, your library. That's always good to have it around. And as you can see, also the top part will change a bit because we have possibility to close it, to, you know, put it back in the dock, or to make it full screen. Making it full screen, like everything else will disappear, and we're gonna have just the application in front of us, and every single 2D app is gonna have this functionality. Now, this is not the best to show you actually the potential, because you can just move it left and right, up and down. Unfortunately, not further away or closer to you. I don't know why this limitation, but it is what it is. Let's put it back over there and let's use YouTube to show you with the browser. So yeah, as you can see, we have my channel, super big. We have these two modes where it's curved or flat, of course. As you can see, this is kind of a reminder of the older version. We can toggle, as always, the pass-through. So I can say hi to the camera. Hi. And that's very cool. You can actually dim the environment while watching a video. As you can see, you can make it also completely black. Unfortunately though, that doesn't work, completely disappear when you are in the pass-through. I don't really understand why of this limitation, because we actually have it in some applications already. It just doesn't make sense that here is not usable. Get out of it, and at that point we can make it bigger, you can make it closer, further away. So yeah, it's just not clear why we have this limitation. Of course, you can use this new mode with the controllers, or as always with hand tracking. Everything will work exactly the same. So yeah, there's no really change over there. But it's very cool because it unlocks so many possibilities, also for multitasking, of course, because we have 6 windows right now instead of just 3. Completely flat in front of us. I feel like there's still a big room for improvements, to have a better consistency, to the fact that sometimes you can actually resize some apps, sometimes like you're completely unable to. For example, here on the store, it just doesn't make any sense. But I was actually forgetting to show you something else, because we talked about the tilting situation that always very straight. We also have a new keyboard that you can move around finally to actually write in a better way, as you can see. But over here we actually have the possibility to tilt the keyboard to make it more comfortable to use. And that's super weird, because we have the possibility for the keyboard, as you can see, but not for all the other apps. Again, that's weird. Another update that we have always in the experimental feature is actually the ability to enable the Wi-Fi QR code on the Wi-Fi options. If we click on scan QR code, you're gonna go in the pass-through mode, and you're gonna be able to scan your QR code with your Wi-Fi password and have it work directly without entering the password via the keyboard, even if the keyboard is new. Also, on top of that, we have the new options for the Logitech MX, the new stylus directly for the Meta Quest 3 that is going to be integrated in v67. They were also talking about it when they actually announced the accessory that's going to work from v67 onwards. So yeah, now the headsets are ready for it directly. But yeah, here we have it, guys. This was update v67 PTC, public test channel. That means that being a beta, things might change, things might improve. Hopefully will improve, of course, and get better before the public release that usually arrives after 2 or 3 weeks. So of course, if you have any feedback about it, let me know in the comments below, so we can show Meta what we really want from this headset. The cool thing though is that competition is really helping over here. We don't know if this was the plan for Meta from the really beginning, to have these spatial applications going around, but it kind of feels like a response to how Apple is actually approaching VR in this case. And I mean, copying or not copying doesn't really matter, because who is actually gaining from this competition is us, the consumer, that get a better system. We saw so many things arriving on the Vision Pro with Vision OS 2.0 that are copied directly from the Quest, like the fact that you don't have to click the digital crown anymore, but you have to pinch in your direction to bring out the menu, and something that we had on Quest, and now it's evolving. So when things are copying from each other, we always gain, and that's super cool. But here we have it, guys. What do you like to see in v67? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech. If you really love the channel, jump button there. Little and further, also the Patreon. Thanks to all the patrons for joining the channel, of course. If there's any new update to v67, if I find anything new, I'm gonna let you know, of course, in a different video. So stay tuned on the channel also for the full public release with all the different features. But yeah, it's all. I see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.